Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. I normally talk about books on here, but I'm gonna do a 1-month update after my ACL and lateral meniscus surgery. I wanted to give this update for myself and also for other people that might be going on the same journey or are preparing to have surgery as well. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna be looking down a little bit just because I have notes written down and I don't want to miss anything that I wanted to share. That's important. So for context, I got injured last July. I was babysitting and the kids wanted to go on scooters and it was my first time going on a scooter. So I said, okay, yeah, let's have fun, let's go. And they took me down a hill and I freaked out. We were going down a hill, I was going way too fast and I stopped all of a sudden. My body went straight into the pavement. I felt my knee totally shift. I felt a pop. And I was like, I could not move for about 10 minutes because I think my body was just in shock. So I got up, I went to the hospital that same day. I got an x-ray done and they said, no, you should be fine. Nothing, no bones seem to be broken, so you're fine. They gave me a 6-week period of recovery time. So I got married that following week. So I got married in crutches. I went to the US because my husband lives in the US and in my mind, it was okay, 6 weeks, I'm gonna be fine in 6 weeks. So I went to YouTube, I started doing certain exercises that I saw on there because I couldn't do the same exercises that I was doing before. And then fast forward, I had to come back to Toronto because I'm still in school here. So in Toronto, I got insurance from my school, I went to the doctor, I got physio, and I immediately got referred to surgeons because I got an ultrasound which showed immense swelling still in the knee, and this is 3 months post-injury, okay, and I still had swelling in my knee. And I got an MRI which showed that I had a high-grade ACL tear and a high-grade lateral meniscus tear. And the doctor was like, how are you surviving? How are you not in so much pain? And I was like, I am in pain, but I just thought that this was the new normal. And he gave me medication. He told me to not have a job where I have to work all the time, but the easiest job that I could find was waitressing. And that was the only area of work that I could find a job in right away. Especially living in Toronto, you can't just not work. So I found a job in the service industry and I started wearing a brace every single time to work. But every single time that I went to work, I was pausing my recovery. I was re-injuring myself, right? Because every single time it was so much pain, so much swelling. And for me, it was kind of I need the money. I was just working in so much pain. And so anyways, that's basically what happened from July to September all the way to the end of February. My surgery was March 1st and it is now March 30th. So it's been a complete month of me just trying to recover from this surgery and from this trauma that happened to my knee. I want to go through everything, every single week, kind of what was different, and then some tips and tricks that might help you if you're going through the same process. Like I said, my surgery was March 1st. I went to the hospital at, I think I had to be there at 6:45 or something, and my surgery started at 8 in the morning. And then by the time I woke up, I was around 12:30. I did not leave the hospital until 3 because I was in severe pain, and so they kept me there until my pain was controlled. I got crutches, I came home, and I was just really exhausted. I literally sat in that couch for a few hours before I went upstairs into the bed, which was going to be my best friend for the next 3 weeks. On that first day, I literally got home from the hospital, slept, ate soup and crackers. I think I had a cookie afterwards too. And then I just slept. That was literally all I could do. My leg was completely numb. I couldn't feel anything. My foot had a little bit of feeling in it, but my knee and my thigh were completely numb. So I just stayed in bed, I rested. That first week was pretty much all I did, was rest and eat and take my medication. I started to do ankle pumps, which is something that the doctor recommended to start doing ASAP, so that there was at least a little bit of blood flow and that it would minimize the possibility of getting blood clots. Another thing that they also recommended was to just massage my knee to get blood flowing there too. So on that first day, I was given 2 medications, a narcotic and an anti-inflammatory, which I was told to take every 3 hours. So that's what I did. I also bought a cold therapy machine because it was absolutely necessary. I had only ice packages on the day of my surgery, and it did not do anything at all. Like, it was not enough. So the cold therapy machine I bought the day after I had surgery, and it like changed everything. It was so helpful. I could like move it up and down right on my leg. It wasn't just like one area, because the ice packs only last like 20 minutes and then you have to put them back in the freezer. So anyways, the cold therapy machine was necessary. I will say, if you can get that, definitely get it. It's such a game changer when it comes to recovery and your swelling. And then in that first week, I needed help with food. You can't cook for yourself. It's very hard to even stand up. I needed help going to the bathroom. I needed help taking a shower. Thank God my mom came and she was able to stay here for about 2 to 3 days to just help me with basic necessities at the very beginning. So I'm very thankful for that. And I also cleaned the wound 3 days after surgery. That was what I was told. So you basically just get a warm cloth, get some cotton pads, put water with a little bit of soap, and you just pad down on the wound. So that's what I did every single day, starting at the 3-day after surgery mark. So for 2 weeks after the surgery, I was able to go and see my surgeon again, and I got my stitches taken out and they were replaced with surgical tape. And I was also told that I could start taking normal showers. So until this point, I was taking showers with like a garbage bag over my leg, because you're not able to wet the area, right? Even though I was told to take normal showers, I didn't, because I haven't, because I'm still waiting for the wounds to close. Like, I have 2 wounds that are still, like, they're really open. So I don't want anything to get in there just yet. So I'm still taking a shower sitting down, and I'm still using the garbage bag on top of me. I will say that I do put more water. Now, whenever I clean my wounds, I will clean it in the shower and we'll just put water and soap over it. But I'm not ready to take a normal shower. I think it's just like a mental thing right now, but I'm just not there yet. Physio, I was giving new exercises of moving my leg side to side. So the goal was to lift up my foot and move it side to side. I didn't have the strength to do that. And so he said, it's okay to just drag your foot. And unfortunately, I'm actually still at that same area. I don't have any strength in my leg at all. Like, I'm not able to lift my foot even a little bit. Like, it puts so much strain on my knee, and I try every single day, but I'm not able to. So I still just drag my leg back and forth like this. The other exercise I was given was to start dragging my heel back so that I can start giving my leg flexibility again and increase the range of motion. So I've been doing that one since week 2. I'm still taking my anti-inflammatory pills, and I stopped taking my narcotics. I think I ran out. I didn't stop by choice. I ran out, I think maybe on like the 5th or 6th day. I don't know if my pain tolerance is really low, but I was taking it every single day, 3 to 4 times a day. I was waking up at night and taking it because I just couldn't sleep without it. And I called to get like a refill, and unfortunately they wouldn't give me one. So then I started taking Tylenol 3s instead, which helped with the pain a little bit. But by the 2nd week, I replaced the Tylenol 3 with the extra strength and then the anti-inflammatory that the doctor gave me. So that was week 2. Week 3 was I started standing and walking around my room, and for about 15 minutes at a time, and I would do that around 3 times a day, just to get some motion in my life, because I was just sitting on the couch. I was just sitting on the bed all the time, and I was really exhausted. So now I started moving a little bit more. Like I said, 3 times a day, and it just felt really good to get out of bed. I will say thank God that I'm still in school. Otherwise, I do not know what I would have done with all of my free time, because I still watched like a lot of shows. I did watch like Survivor while I was recovering. I watched The Vampire Diaries. I watched Glee and New Girl. Like, I did watch shows while I was recovering, but you get to a point where it's just like, hey, like, what am I gonna do? Like, I cannot just watch TV the entire time. So that's why I'm thankful for school. At least it kept my mind like working a little bit every single day. So anyways, that's just like a side note. 3, I was still doing all of my exercises. So moving my kneecap, bending my knee, trying to get it to 90 degrees, moving side to side, ankle pumps. And then the new one that he gave me for week 3 was that I had to sit normal. So sit like on a couch like this and take off the knee brace and try to sit with like my knee normal. Right now, I'm sitting with my knee kind of like this. One of the challenges that he gave me was to try and lift my foot like normal, like this. Like I said, I don't have the strength to do that yet. So what I have to do is I have to support my left leg with my right leg. So like I'll just push my left leg up with my other leg. That's basically what I've been doing just to try and get that range of motion there. But those are the exercises that I've been doing for week 3. Right now we are week 4 and I was cleared to start driving. I haven't driven just yet, but I was cleared to start driving. I have to start next week because I have to go back to school in person. So I'm just going to enjoy the next couple of days of not driving. I will say I'm a little bit anxious because I do have to drive about 45 minutes to school. And I don't know, like, I'm just a little bit scared, you know, like you never know what's gonna happen. Like you try to do the best in your control, but you never know what's gonna happen outside of your control. So I will say I do have a little bit of anxiety with driving that far and doing it all on my own, but we're gonna be fine. I know that we are. I just need to take that first step. I'm now walking up and down the stairs on my own, which is really exciting. So again, I was really nervous about doing that on my own, but thank God, like I've been able to do it. I haven't had any falls or any slips or anything, so knock on wood. I'm still using the brace every single day. I haven't been cleared to take it off. The timeline that the doctor gave me was 6 weeks, and then we'll reassess and see what he says. Right now I'm only allowed to put about 20 pounds in, but I do take like baby steps sometimes when I'm like in the kitchen because everything is so close and I just don't want to use the crutches. So I'm like, I just like drag my leg trying to get to like the fridge, for example, or the counter. But yeah, 20 pounds is the most that I can put on it at a time. I still have to sleep with my brace. I still have to use the crutches. I still take my medication, like the extra strength Tylenol, whenever I need it, and I have anti-inflammatory pills that he said to take as well whenever I need it. I'm still doing all of the same exercises, just trying to strengthen that leg. And although I feel like I should be further down in my progress, I do know that I'm doing what is necessary and I'm doing my very best. So I just have to keep telling myself that, and it's like, and you know what, like I have to remind myself, like, Susan, you got ACL surgery and a lateral meniscus reconstruction surgery. Like you had 2 surgeries in one, so it's not like your leg is going to be completely fine. This was a month ago. Your leg went through trauma and it's trying to rebuild itself. And so I just have to tell myself that, because I just keep comparing myself to the different videos that I see on YouTube, and I know that I shouldn't. It's just really hard. I will say within this 1 month, I'm very happy with how I've been healing, with the support that I've gotten with my family and my extended family. The physio has been good. I feel like I've kept a rather uplifted mood and energy throughout this entire month, so very happy about that. I do have a couple tips and tricks. I can't talk anymore. I do have a couple tips that I wanted to give you in case you are in the same journey and are, you know, nervous just like me and wanting as much information as possible. So my very first tip is to have someone with you for sure within the first and even the second week if possible. There's a lot you won't be able to do. You're not going to be able to go to the bathroom by yourself. You're not able to take a shower by yourself. You're not able to cook for yourself. Even if you live on the same floor, like it's very difficult. Your body is so exhausted. So if you can have someone to do those basic things for you and to just help you out, that is such a game changer to your recovery, because you can just focus on just recovering and resting. My second tip is to take your medication. There were so many videos that I watched where people were like, oh, I stopped taking it on the second day or the third day, and I was like, how? Like, I don't understand. Like, good for you, like you're so strong, your body is amazing, but I could not. I tried, but I was just in so much pain. When I tried to go past that 3-hour mark, like I just felt it instantly, and I was like, crap, I forgot, or oh my gosh, like I need to take it. Or whenever I was sleeping, I would be up for hours at a time because the pain was just that's all you could feel at night. So take your medication, stick to it, and call your doctor if you need more. Hopefully they can give you more, but just listen to what your doctor gave you. Your body is recovering. They're giving you narcotics and pain medications so that you're not in pain and you can just focus on just resting and recovering. That's like your only job for the first 2 weeks. Tip number 3 is do your exercises. As tired and as boring and as lazy as you may be on certain days, like, you must do your exercises 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. Like, you need to do them because your body is rebuilding the foundation again, and your leg is trying to rebuild that basic strength. And so you have to do it, because if not, then you're just gonna delay that progress, and you don't wanna do that, right? You wanna get back to normal ASAP. So do your exercises as much as possible. Number 4 is eat generally healthy. You're literally building tissue again. Your body is literally trying to like recover from the trauma that it went through. So the food that you give it, that's what it's going to rebuild. If you give it greasy food, actually greasy food makes the pain even worse. So if you can minimize eating greasy food, that's great. But try to eat whole foods, you know, protein, carbs, dairy, fruits, veggies. Maybe minimize the carbs because you don't need that much energy, but protein is essential for muscle rebuilding. So have a lot of protein if you can. And then number 5 is do not compare. And that's the one that I've been struggling the most. I know that it's hard and I've been doing it all month, but if we compare like our progress to other people's progress, like, we're not going to celebrate our victories as little as they might be. And I think that's very important with trying to rebuild that foundation like I was talking about. Like, it's so crucial to just like motivate yourself and to just be like, okay, Susan, you did a little bit better than you did yesterday. Or, oh my gosh, you went to the bathroom by yourself. Or, oh my goodness, like, you were able to put a little bit of weight on it. You were able to put your foot flat on the ground. Like, all of these little things that seem so insignificant for someone who hasn't had, you know, control over their leg for a few days. Like, those little things add up, and those little things are victories that you need to celebrate. So that's just what I tell myself every single day. Just celebrate every single little thing that you can, because it is important to you and to your journey. Just make sure you cheer yourself on. I know that it's hard to not compare. It's easy to say that, but it's hard to do. But just try not to compare yourself. If you want to compare to who you were yesterday, because really it's just you today versus who you were yesterday. And what are you doing differently today to be a little bit better than you were yesterday? So that's just what I tell myself every single day. Make sure you have a positive attitude, a good attitude, cheer yourself on, listen to good music when you're doing your exercises, and just check mark every single day that you did your exercises, you had a good attitude. Rate your days if you need to, from like 1 to 10, 10 being an amazing day, 1 being a really difficult day, because those days come too. That is my 1 month progress. I will say today is a very sore day. My knee is very sore. It woke up very sore. I think it's just because of all the movements, but that's okay. I'm just gonna take a little bit more Tylenol if I have to, right? And push through the pain. But yeah, that is everything. That is my update for my 1 month. I hope this video was helpful, whether you are, like I said, on the same journey with me, around the same timeline, or just planning for future, for your future surgery. So thank you for watching. I hope that this was helpful, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.